cutie, I'm back. And today I thought we'd do something a little different. If you're new here, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Cute Life. I'm your cult leader, Leah. If you're not new here, thank you for returning for another cult meeting. Today I thought I'd do a video that I don't normally do, something a little different for the Christmas and holiday season. And that is, I'm going to tell you my 12 favorite Disney Christmas movies to watch this time of year. And I thought I'd tell you them while I do my makeup. Now, these movies are not the only movies, obviously, that I watch at Christmas time. I like to watch all the classics that everybody likes to watch. A Christmas Story, Elf, all those. But these are just the Disney ones that I like to watch. And I usually watch at least one a day between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So anyway, if you're curious at all about the Disney Christmas movies that I like, and you want to watch me do my makeup at the same time, well then stay tuned. All right, so let's talk about my favorite Disney Christmas movies. Now, I think these are in no particular order either, but I would have to say one of my absolute favorites and absolute must watch is Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, this one's a little controversial because some people can't agree on whether it's a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. I'm gonna say it's both. I watch it at both times because, well, first of all, Christmas, it's in the title, Christmas, but it is the nightmare before Christmas, which would be Halloween, right? So I feel like you can watch it at either time of year because, you know, there are hard and fast rules for these things. So what I will usually do is I will watch A Nightmare Before Christmas around Halloween time, and then I'll watch it again usually after Thanksgiving dinner, because for me, Christmas starts as soon as you're done with your Thanksgiving dinner. So I feel like that's a perfect little segue from fall to winter. And it gets me in the Christmas spirit right after Thanksgiving, gets me ready for Christmas shopping, Christmas decorating. And we usually put up our tree. You see my tree? It's up now. We usually put up our tree on Thanksgiving. So while I'm cooking, my husband and usually my mom or whoever is over will help put up the tree and decorate it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, Thanksgiving is the day that I usually watch Nightmare Before Christmas because for me, it is officially the beginning of Christmas. Now, after that, I would say my next must watch for the Christmas season is Mickey's Christmas Carol. Of course, I remember in school, they would play it usually the day before you left for Christmas vacation. And it's just very nostalgic for me. I think that the messaging is good. I love the animation, how cute it is. Scrooge is hilarious. And I love how they've incorporated like a lot of the Disney characters into the film, playing the Charles Dickens characters. I also love, which I think a lot of people know, I love classic literature, and to see Disney characters in classic literature stories, I'm about that. Now, when I was a kid, the Ghost of Christmas Future freaked me out. He's a little on the scary side, and he's played by Pete, who's actually a pretty old Disney character. He's not in a lot of stuff anymore. You'll see little, you know, cameos from him here and there, but you don't see him very often. And he was kind of like a mean character. So to see him as the ghost of Christmas future, I like. It's fitting. It is also, though, it's a little sad. I mean, it is, you know, Charles Dickens. It's a sad, there's some sad parts, but luckily it all works out in the end. Scrooge learns his lesson and Tiny Tim is just fine. Now the next absolute must watch during the Christmas season is the Muppets Christmas Carol. I like this one. It's a lot more on the silly side, whereas the Mickey's Christmas Carol is, you know, it's a little more somber. I mean, there's funny parts, of course, because it's Disney, but the Muppets one is freaking hilarious. Now, so far, this list, I would say that those are the top 3. The ones that I will put on probably multiple times during the season, and just once I put those on, it's officially Christmas. And if I, for whatever reason, didn't get to put them on, I feel like it's just not the holiday without them. Now the list from here on out may be a little, there may be some obscure titles, or maybe not. If you're a Disney fan, then they're probably not so obscure to you. But the next one for me is Babes in Toyland. You know, the one with, I think her name's Annette Funicello. Is that her? Am I mixing up my people? But you know, the one with Tom and Mary, and Mother Goose and all the nursery rhymes. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not a Christmas movie. Technically it is, because when they meet the toy maker, he is getting ready for Christmas. And then at the very end, when Tom and Mary get married, it's all Christmassy. Remember? So for me, that is definitely a Christmas movie. Now the next one after that is The Christmas Star. Now this one is a little odd, but the only one, the reason I like it is because it has Ed Gwynn in it, who played Herman Munster from the Munsters, and I love that show, and I always thought that that actor was just freaking hilarious. Obviously he was in a lot of stuff, Car 54, other types of shows, other movies. He's also the judge in My Cousin Vinny. Remember the Utes? What is a Ute? But he's in that movie, and I don't know, it's a bit odd of a movie, a little, I don't know, it's also a little slow in the beginning, but I just like knowing that he's in that movie. I have no idea what I want to do with my makeup. Now, after that, I really like Ernest Saves Christmas, and I actually just watched it like 2 days ago. And I hadn't seen it in a while, and I forgot how funny that guy was. Ernest P. Worrell, I think that's his character's official name. I don't know if that's the actor's real name or not, but that character, I mean, he did a lot of different kinds of movies. He did Ernest Goes to Camp. He did a couple other ones. My personal favorite was Ernest Goes to Jail. That one cracked me up as a little kid, and I think that's my favorite Ernest movie. But this is gonna date me a little, but I remember being a kid and seeing, before he had any movies, he did those car commercials, Hey Vern, and that's how I was first introduced to him. But yeah, so me and my husband, we watched Ernest Saves Christmas the other night, and it's a pretty good one. If you're not into silly comedy, like, I don't know, jokes where people are falling down, I guess it's a little bit slapstick, but I also feel like there's a little bit of observational and dry humor. mixed in a little, which is the parts that I really like. That's the kind of comedy that I'm into. It's like dry, observational comedy. Now, after that for me is Edward Scissorhands. I think everyone can understand why I would like that one at Christmas. It's a pretty natural movie, I would think, to watch at Christmas time. Pretty obvious choice. I don't think I really need to get into the reasons why I want to watch it at Christmas. Now, the next movie is not technically a Christmas movie, but I will put it on that time of year because it has the music from the Nutcracker, and that's Fantasia. It also has, you know, the wintry scene and the fall scene when like the seasons are changing. And so, yeah, between that and the Nutcracker music, I mean, it's perfect. I like to put that on in the background a lot while I'm baking or decorating or just feeling Christmassy. I also like to put it on a lot when I'm falling asleep because the music is just so relaxing. Now, after that is an obvious choice again, and that is Home Alone. Now, I think we can all agree that the original Home Alone is the best one. But any of them are fine to put on, but that's the one that like I'll watch first and last. And then the other ones I will kind of just, you know, again, have on while I'm doing other things in the house or maybe falling asleep. Now, after that is the Lego Star Wars Christmas special. In Star Wars, they don't celebrate Christmas. They celebrate something called Life Day, which is basically just a holiday to appreciate life, right? Which to me, that's what the holidays are about. Being thankful for what you have, your family, making sure that you're spending some time together, this maybe once or twice a year. Now the Star Wars Legos thing, I don't think it's really necessarily meant to go along with the folklore of the franchise, but I feel like, I mean, it goes along, it follows the proper folklore of the story of Star Wars, but it's also a little bit making fun, which I like when people don't take themselves that seriously. So to see some jokes going on about the Star Wars universe, for me, is fun, it's entertaining, and it's cute to see the characters like celebrating a holiday. And if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It surprised me. Now the next one I don't think is technically a Christmas movie at all, but I remember as a kid that it used to always kind of be on television around that time. So for me, it feels like Christmas, and that's The Sound of Music. Now, I love The Sound of Music anyway. I know it's geeky, but I just enjoy that kind of upbeat Austrian take of a musical. And yeah, it just brings me warm, fuzzy feelings. It's a long movie, so it's not one I usually just sit and watch, but I'll have it on, come in and out, or fall asleep to it, or I've tried showing it to my nieces and nephews. They don't care. Same with Babes in Toyland, which is very similar. So I know that Sound of Music is Rodgers and Hammerstein, but is Babes in Toyland? Because it feels very similar. Is Babes in Toyland Rodgers and Hammerstein? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I'm not finding anything. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But anyway, to me it's similar, the dancing and the music, and yeah, so Sound of Music for me. Now the last movie for me is the Muppets Letters to Santa. Again, this was one that I was like, oh, this is probably just like for kids or whatever, but it's pretty good. Surprised me and I liked it. So now I watch it almost every year. You know, the Muppets are scrambling to try to get some kids' letters to Santa in time for Christmas. So it is very much directed at children, even more so than like the Muppets Christmas Carol is, but it is still enjoyable, at least for me and people who are immature. So yeah, that is my 12 days of Disney Christmas movies that I have to watch every year or it just doesn't feel like Christmas. If I missed one, if I need to know about one, please let me know in the comments, even if it's not a Disney movie. Obviously, I don't only watch these movies at Christmas. There's lots of non-Disney movies that I like to watch at Christmas time as well, but I figured I would just limit it to the Disney movies that I like for Christmas. And I'm not half disappointed in this look. It's a little bit wild, but I don't know, it's festive. If you liked this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. It's how I know what kind of videos to make, and it lets me know you care at this Christmas holiday season. Make sure and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you'll know when I upload new videos of me just telling you stuff and doing my makeup because I enjoy doing it. I hope you enjoy watching it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! And today, I thought we'd do something a little different. And yeah. And today, I thought we'd do something a little different. So, yeah. And I'll usually watch Really? Really? I can never just make a video, right? Right. But I think it's a great film for both because, I mean, yeah, it's right there in the title. That was dumb. Because for me, it is officially the begin. Now, the list